like I said before, we're talking about worship. You know what? There's a lot of people in the world today. Remember when we were talking about the beast from the bottomless pit? That beast from the bottomless pit is still alive. Okay? And the beast from the bottomless pit is a way of thinking that says basically the worship of God is sinful. More, even. It says that God does not exist. That's the premise of the beast from the bottomless pit. It's not necessarily a country specifically. It's a way of thinking. It's a style of worship. Okay? And because the fact of the matter is, no matter what you're doing, God is clear. You're either for Him or you're against Him. So you're either worshiping Him or you're worshiping the other one. And just so you know, the other one normally looks like the guy you see in the mirror. Because that's what we end up worshiping, ourselves. Right? Our own ideas, our own thoughts, our own, what we want. And so people often say, why would you... I've actually had somebody tell me before, you seem like you're reasonably intelligent. How can you be a Christian? There is. Okay? And so the thing is, you should know that there is a reason. There is a reason why I worship God. And beyond that, there is a reason why every being should. Okay? There's a good reason. Because ultimately, that's what we need. We need to know why we do things, right? So many people think it's just blind faith, right? And there's some of that in there. It's in the pot, but that's not the entire stew, right? We talked earlier in Sabbath school, I think it's so important. You see how this whole idea of what we're doing with church makes it to where you get it all the way through. A seamless thing that everything ties together. And we saw in Sabbath school that, I lost my train of thought there because I took a tangent. Yes. We saw in Sabbath school that things happen in a certain way for a certain reason, right? And we're going to stay in Revelation. I think it's been kind of a wonderful opportunity for us to study that mysterious wild book, right? And I don't know, you guys, I've missed the last two studies, and I apologize that they often make me preach elsewhere. So I wasn't skipping church, I was preaching in other churches. But I think it's important that we understand this book, and I hope that you guys know that we're studying it. Are you getting it? Do you think you know more about it now than you did before? And I think that's what's important. And I think even just what we did today, where we basically said, well, this part right here, you're never going to get it. That's okay, right? At least now you don't spend all your time on it. We know that it was purposely left out, right? And so it's important that we understand these things. I want to actually start in verse 8. Okay, remember, I think most of you guys are here for this chapter. Okay? Revelation chapter 4. In Revelation chapter 4, we get the view of what heaven is like in general, right? This is like daily operation at the throne of God, right? And you get there's all kinds of wild things going on. And actually, I think we're going to start with verse 6. And before the throne there was, as it was, a sea of glass like crystal. And around the throne on each side of the throne are 4 living creatures, full of eyes in front and behind. The first living creature like a lion, the second living creature like an ox, the third living creature with the face of a man, and the fourth living creature like an eagle in flight. And the 4 living creatures, each of them with 6 wings, are full of eyes all around and within, and day and night they never cease to say, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. Remember what we're looking at here. That's the reason. So I want you guys, as I was describing these 4 living creatures, how many of you guys got a picture in your head? Was it like insane? Right? Okay, so I want us to think about this. So right here we'll have, this will be the throne, right? And so, the Ancient of Days is sitting right here, and these 4 living creatures, there's probably 2 on this side, and 2 on that side, and I want you guys to get this. When you have that picture in your brain, you probably saw something that was like animals and weird stuff all squashed together, right? Not what it was. Okay? Because these beings are not of this creation. Okay? What's happening here is John is trying to use the only language he has to describe something that is beyond description. Okay? These beings are probably not even made of atoms. Think about that. Okay? They're made of something that is completely different. It's completely different creation. These are things that preceded our creation. Okay? So we started Genesis 1:1 in the beginning. Right? These guys were before the beginning. Okay? And so, because that beginning is our beginning, and there was a beginning for these people before. Yeah, there's some crazy stuff going on, yes. There's some figurative stuff in there too. Okay? But what's most important is this is an actual picture of the throne room. Okay? And so here he's looking at it, and so the whole time you have these magnificent beings, right? And the only thing they do is tell everybody in the room that he is worthy. He is holy. And so no matter what's going on, like let's say that, if he's ordering lunch, right? So he's ordering lunch, let me have a, nice sandwich, and, maybe eat Doritos. I may eat Doritos, right? And so he's ordering it, red and green, of course, and the whole thing, and the whole time that's going on behind him is holy, 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 Lord God Almighty. And that's constantly going on. Okay? And it's not like me, where I'm like chanting, pulling, right? It's like the most beautiful sound that you can imagine. In 4-part harmony. Okay? It actually says before Satan's fall, that's what he did. When he was Lucifer, he was one of the holy people. That's what he did. And it says that he had, that there was like basically no comparison to his pipes. Okay? I don't know if you guys knew this, and if you guys took basic biology, but you guys are basically a pipe. You're a pipe. Yeah. Open end here, open end on the other side. And it's just a long tube in between. That's all you are, a pipe. Okay? Really? Seriously, that's the way science describes it. In fact, most animals are just a pipe. Okay? Food goes in, and the other stuff comes out, right? Okay? And at the top of our pipe, we have the ability to do something beautiful, right? I'm not really much of a singer. I don't mind harmonizing with folks, but some people make some lovely things come out of there, right? Well, it says that Lucifer, when he was the good dude, had pipes. So when he sang, he could sing, like, I don't know, a 4-part harmony all by himself. And so these beings are of that similar creation, and the whole time, in almost like an orchestra, they're singing. This is the kind of place, this is where God kicks back. This is home. This is where he sits. This is his living room. And it's beyond comprehension how beautiful it is. And I want you to understand this. Those beings do that because they feel inspired. I want you to know that holy, holy, holy is spontaneous from the heart. You guys are here. See, because when I started describing all that, you guys are thinking that there's like a, hey, who wants to sign up for the Holy Holy this week? Right? Oh, come on, we need somebody to come. No, that's not the way it happened. These beings are inspired by the love of God and love for Him they have no choice. They're like, holy, 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 because it has to come out of them. Because just being in His presence is that amazing. This is a spontaneous, thoughtful, loving, holy, 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 in the most beautiful way that they could possibly see. Because being in God's presence isn't boring. Being in God's presence isn't something that you have to do. Being in God's presence is something wonderful to happen. And because it's so wonderful, these beings are inspired to continue. God never told them to do this. He wasn't like, okay, that's the throne. I need, where's the altar? Okay, put that there. Give me the holy, holy dudes. No. This just came about. Okay? And whenever the living creature speaks away from tonight, in honor and thanks to Him who is seated on the throne, who lives forever and ever, the 24 elders fall down before Him, who is seated on the throne, and worship Him, who lives forever and ever. They cast their crowns before the throne, saying, worthy are you, our Lord and God, to receive glory, honor, and power, for you created all things, and by your will they existed and were created. I want you guys to get this, okay? When it says Lord and God, let's remember, God is complicated, right? There's nothing simple about God. Except love. That's the simple part. All the rest of it's like mind. Okay? And so basically this, when he's saying God here, he specifically refers to the one that lives forever and ever. And in some places you might see him described as the Ancient of Days. Okay? And when we're talking about the Ancient of Days, Jesus would call him God. Okay? So here on the throne is the Father. Okay? And next to him, I want you guys to get this. Okay? Next to him, 12 on this side, 12 on that side, with with the wild angels behind him, right? All that stuff going down. 12 on this side, 12 on that side. They are. And what are they wearing, guys? Crown. Because he is willing to share his throne with them. We've talked about this before, guys. These were the rebels. These were rebels from the only rebellious planet in all of creation, and he crowns them. And spontaneously. And And with great love, they take their crowns and they're like, this is mine. And they worship. Pay attention. Why? Did they worship him because God had made them, rulers with him? Is that why they were worshiping him? That's not what it says, is it? That's what's interesting. It says, worthy are you, our Lord and God, to receive glory and honor and power, for you gave me everything I ever wanted. You got it following along. You guys might be lost. I'm in verse 11 of chapter 4. See, and that's not what it says. You are worthy because why? For you created. You created. Remember the book of Job? Right? Satan going to the local world meeting or whatever they had, all right? And he comes and God's like, check out Job, he's going, cool you, man. That guy is like totally awesome. He loves me like so much. It made me go, right? I mean, and so Satan's like, whatever, you just give him stuff. Right? My wife tells me that sometimes. The only reason the kids like you is because you give them stuff. And I'm like, no, that's not it. Right? And so she didn't know she was quoting Satan. She didn't do it. But basically, so here, it's always nice to make her turn red because she's so glorious. So anyway, so basically, Satan's like, the only reason he likes you is because you give him all kinds of good stuff. Now let's remember, did Job have stuff? Oh yeah, lots of stuff. All right, he was richer than President Trump, much richer than President Trump. Okay, but he was a lot richer. No, I'm kidding. We won't go there. Okay, so anyway, so basically, God's like, that's not it at all. Go ahead and take all this stuff, right? Because, see, the thing is that people fall in love with God. Not because of what they've received, but simply because of who He is. That's what real love is, right? It's simply because of who He is, and that's what they're describing. What's interesting is in verse 4. In verse 4. In verse 2, 5, chapter 5, verse 2, it says, and I saw a mighty angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the scroll and break its seals? Okay? You guys remember what's in the scroll? Anybody remember? No, it's not the book of life. That's what's interesting, because the book of life is always open. Anybody can look in there. It's a matter of public record. Okay? So these are all sealed up, and if you guys are paying attention to Sabbath school, you will remember that what's inside of that scroll is the plan of salvation. Okay? The plan of salvation. And so here John's looking at it, and the angel says, who is worthy to open the scroll and break its seal? And no one in heaven or on earth or under the earth was able to open the scroll or to look into it, and I began to weep loudly. Where it says right there, weep loudly, you guys are getting the wrong picture. Because what it should say is, and then John started freaking out. He was like, this has to be open. It's a matter of life or death. And here's the problem. No one in heaven or on earth could open this scroll. That's the problem. Because that's also known as everywhere. Okay? And so here's what happened. 5. And one of the elders said to me, quit freaking out, John. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, has conquered, so that he can open the scroll and its seven seals. Because who's the Lion of the tribe of Judah? Jesus Christ. And he is not in heaven or on earth. He is both. He is of the earth, and he is of heaven. He is fully man, and he is fully God, and he satisfies everything that needs to be satisfied. And here's what you need to understand. He is the only begotten of the Father. And he was sent down here to live a life of misery. Here's an interesting thought. A lot of people don't get this. Was it possible that he could fail in his mission? Yes. At the same time, it's impossible. Eric's right. He's wrong. Because, see, here's the thing. If he was not fully man, and he wasn't fully God, but his sacrifice has been adequate to cover our sins. If he had used his powers as God in order to get through this life successfully, would his life have been a suitable covering for ours? He had to get through with the same power that we can get through it. I want to ask you again. Is it possible you might not do it? And God sent his Son. Knowing that it was possible that he could lose life. And here, they said that he was worthy because he was the Creator. And here we have, this one is worthy because he is the Lion of the tribe of Judah. I want you guys to understand that both of them created. And what they also did, they wrote that book. What you guys don't understand is that they made you even though they knew you would start life as their enemy. How many of you guys would have children if they came out with nunchucks ready to kick you? Right? Right? You'd be like, get him out of there. But that's how we come into this world. Purely self. The exact opposite of God. Most of us stay there. But he wrote that plan of salvation prior to creation. It was part of the creation, you guys. So God was there and he was saying, you know what, we're going to make this wonderful place. We're going to call it Earth. We're going to make everything out of atom. What's an atom? It's cool. Check it out, right? And so we're going to do all this stuff. And they're talking in their holy council there, the three of them. And one of them says, well, you know they're going to listen to Satan. And Jesus said, it's okay, all right. Take them anyway. Because I cannot imagine eternity. How dare you? I've considered eternity without love, and I just can't imagine it without him. That's where we fail, guys. If we fail to understand, because we look at creation as broken, and we fail to understand that being alive and what God has created, here on this earth, we have people lamenting the day of their birth, right? Why was I even born, right? There's a dude in India This is absolutely true story. There is a guy in India who is suing his parents because they did not ask him whether or not he wanted to live here and be born. He's basically suing them for emotional damages that he has incurred from living on planet Earth. You don't believe me? Really, he's suing them. Okay? And see, that's the thing, is we look at being here on Earth as something that is, it's an affliction, right? Yet the 24 elders came from here, guys. And they start by praising him because he's amazing. See, we fail to see the vision of what the future is. The only way you can be a son or daughter of Abraham is through faith, right? Not in what you have, but in what you will. There's more. Verse 9. Once again, the 24 elders, they're all falling down for the Lamb. Verse 9, and they sang a new song. Worthy are you to take the scroll and open its seals, for you were slain, and by your blood you ransomed people for God, and every tribe and language and people and nation, and you have made them a kingdom and priests to our God, and they shall reign on earth. Verse 12, worthy of the Lamb, who is slain to receive power and wealth and wisdom and might, honor and glory and blessing. To him who sits on the throne, verse 13, to him who sits on the throne and to the Lamb be blessing and honor and glory and might forever and ever. They look upon Christ and they look upon the Creator and Father, and they see nothing but reasons to worship. Not because they're shining, right? Not because they're intelligent, although things are rather impressive. The part that inspires them to worship is the fact that they wrote that scroll. What did it say? Because he was slain. Because he was slain. Because he was slain. I believe that there was a inspired writer who said that the death of Jesus Christ, because of how horrible sin is, the death of the died was only possible because angels sustained him. It was a supernatural death. Most people would have never made it to heaven. He had seven trials. The ancient world was wonderful because in the ancient world, every trial came with a lovely meeting. Well, maybe he's guilty, maybe he's not. We'll start with the meeting. 7. And beyond that, they mocked and ridiculed him and did all those other things. And the whole time, all of his friends ran away. And that was the biggest. And as he continues on, farther and farther away is his Father. As the weight of every sin that was ever confessed was coming upon him, every single moment he gets closer to that death on the cross, and he can't hear his Father's voice. Then, and here now, after I don't know how long, an eternity of being together, constantly in love with each other, he's ripped from his Father's arms. everyone on earth. And the blood and the bleeding is not even the worst part of the death. It's alone. The first time ever, he's now alone. And still, he's forgiven. Still, he's preaching and bringing people to the Father that he can no longer even hear. The reason he is worthy. The reason he is worthy. He loves you that much. Every time you hear that the God, the universe is the creator, you should actually hear that he's the greatest lover that ever lived. Because he created you knowing what a train wreck the whole thing would be. Knowing that we would hurt each other. Knowing Son didn't volunteer. He actually created the position. Understand that? He recognized the need and filled the need. That's part of his act of creation. He is nothing. Maybe not for us. Maybe not me, that guy. I've heard the audible voice of God. It's pretty rare. Maybe not every guy has ever seen the dead raised or the sick healed or any of these miracles that they had at that time, right? This I know for sure. All you're hearing guys here. Your heart was broken and tears came to your eyes. You had just that inkling of what the love of God actually is. Each and every one of us have been touched by that. That is the word. That is unfallen angels are inspired by His glory and His power to call holy. What we're going to do now. We're not going to sing it. You know how I am. I don't want you to sing it. I want it to be as spontaneous and from your heart as the four living creatures who yell, "Holy, holy, holy, the Lord God Almighty." I want you guys to stand. Not because church is over. Because you want to proclaim His greatness to this world. And you want to tell people He is worthy. There is a reason. And so Dakota is going to start this. And I want you guys to really take a moment and think about it. I don't want you to stand just because you're going to stand. I want you to stand because you've made a decision. Go ahead, son. The amp on in the back.